All right. What I'm seeing here is PC negative for Vega. So we're gonna go a little bit out of our XP budget for this encounter. But I'm thinking there are gonna be two orc scrappers. Now those are level 0 creatures. Uh, there are two orc scrappers in this room as Zargo peeks her head in. As she cracks the door open, she peeks in. She can see two orc scrappers, and they have a dwarf with them. This dwarf is unconscious, but what are they doing with this dwarf? Let's roll on our actions table. Yeah, I think that'll be. I don't think that'll be a good table to roll on. Character. Yep. Traits, flaws. Yeah. Description. Whatever. All right. Let's roll on the actions. What are these orcs doing with this dwarf? Now I kind of have an idea of. Wow. Dice. All right. 0-2. 0-2. Accompany. Okay. Accompany 38. Company health. Company health. And that is what these orcs are doing with this dwarf. Company health. I'm thinking this dwarf, he's unconscious, but he is a cleric of some kind. Yes, okay. He's cleric, he's unconscious. That doesn't help me figure out what they are doing with him, but he is accompanying these, against his will, these orcs. And health. So, they have a dwarf in here, and he is unconscious. Zargo relays this information to Vega. Vega, I can see a couple orcs in here. They have a dwarf. He seems to be unconscious. He's dressed in the robes of a priest, it appears. The robes depict a hammer. It looks like maybe. Vega, are you sure? Let me see. She pushes Zargo aside, and she puts her head through the door. She sees, and instantly, she pushes the door open and runs in. She doesn't even speak a word. Vega! Vega! Zargo shouts out to her, but it doesn't matter. We're going to roll for initiative right now. I'm going to get these orcs up on screen. And Vega runs in, so we need initiative orders for our heroes and the enemies. We're going to do red and blue again since we're going up against two enemies again. Hopefully this is not as intense as the last one. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. A red and a blue. All right. This is going to be perception all around for initiatives. Blue gets a 25. Red gets a 14. Vega, 7 plus a 9 is going to be a 16. And Zargo, a 12 and a 5 is going to be 17. Right on. Cool. Already in order. Just how I like it. All right. Vega bursts through the door, but the orc to the south sees this, and he's able to act immediately. He's got 25 feet of movement. He's going to use all of it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 foot steps up. He's going to use a second action to continue running, maybe. I doubt they had any weapons. They were kind of dealing with this orc, getting him situated. So they did not have their weapons drawn. So with his second action, I'm going to say he's going to draw a javelin. Since he didn't make it here, he's going to draw a javelin. and he is going to use his third action to throw a javelin at Vega. So he attempts an attack roll. Oh man, the enemies are rolling high. I do not like it. 18 plus 7, that's going to hit because she has an AC of 18. It's not a crit, but it does hit. So it's going to be d6 plus 3. Alright. d6 plus 3 damage. Where does it hit? Wow, man, that dice is really good at rolling 1. This is not good. It's going to be an extra point of damage. Oh my fluff. This is ridiculous, man. 6 plus 3, 9, 10 points of damage. Alright, so he strikes, deals his damage. Ridiculous damage for a level 0 creature. Whatever. Zargo is up. She 5, 10, 15, 20 footsteps up. She's gonna swing her bastard sword at this orc. 18. Okay, decent roll. I'll take it. 18 plus 9 is gonna be 27. And that crits him. F yeah. Okay, well, maybe I'll retract my statement. She's only one-handing it, so it's going to be a D8. A D8 plus 4, and we're going to see where it hits him. It's going to be a 2, so in the left arm with 5 points of damage, plus the 4, 9 points of damage total, doubled is 18. That is exactly his hit points. Zargo comes up. She gives, let's exercise. Does she thrust? I'm thinking she thrusts. 56, that's a no. She does not thrust. She swipes. She comes up and she swipes right in his left arm. She kind of like draws back to gain power and blasts him so much so it cuts through his arm and cleaves into his side, cutting him down immediately with only her first action. Alright, maybe since I complained so bad, the dice are like, whatever, guy. Alright. One orc down. This fight is already one-sided, even though Vega took a javelin to the face from a running orc. Alright. That was Zargo's second action. Zargo's third action, she is going to move upwards for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Putting herself next to the desk. Vega is up. She is going to use her first action to 5, 10, 15, and then 25, 30 foot step, because she has 30 feet of movement, and she is going to, that was just her first action. Her second action, she is going to, for the first time, use her cantrip needle darts. So she makes a ranged attack with a +5. And if she hits, she gets to deal 3d4 bludgeoning damage. And I'm thinking, just thematically, because she's got her short sword in one hand, she has her clan dagger in the other hand, and she, in her mind, we know this and she knows this. Zargo, they haven't discussed this yet, but she recognizes this dwarf. She recognizes the robes. This is a cleric of Torag, and this is a member of her clan that she was sworn into. So she clutches her clan dagger, and she clicks a button that releases 3 darts of needles that shoot directly at this orc. And she makes her attack roll a 7. Oh, that's not going to be enough. 7 and a 5. That's 10, 11, 12. Unfortunately, that misses. Dang. It's hard to aim this tiny dagger, but she is just in the heat of the moment. The needles splatter on the stone wall next to the orc. The orc is up. All right, this orc is out. We can take him out of turn order. Next orc is up. He is going to... tell you what, he's going to stay where he is at. He's going to use his first action to draw a javelin, and he is going to use a second action to launch the javelin. He's red dice. We're using the red dice. Launch the javelin. Oh, man. At Vega. Vega might go down in this. She's kind of just thinking without thinking. She's acting without thinking. Oh, man. All right, that's a 13 plus his... apologies. Got a lot of stuff going on one screen. A lot of windows open. Plus 7, a 13, and a 7 is a 20. That is a hit, unfortunately. So a hit and a d6 plus 3. Oh, this might spell danger. She might go down. d6 plus 3, and she's the one with the stabilized spell. Of course he rolls max damage. So that is down. Javelin hits Vega. She is to 0 hit points. She's going to have to make some death saving throws on her next turn. Okay, so he still has one action left. He's going to draw a second... he's going to draw a second javelin for his last action. Next up, we have Zargo. Zargo... what does he do? He sees Vega go down. Is he going to attempt to get this guy, or is she going to try to save Vega? I think she's thinking clearly right now. Her whatever her family curse is has not kicked in. I'm thinking, does she aid Vega? I'm thinking it's very likely. Does she attempt to aid Vega? On a very likely, a 53 is a yes. She does. So she uses one action. She runs over. Boom. Second action. She reaches in Vega's backpack and she grabs a potion. And her third action, she pours the potion into Vega's mouth. Yeah, I think mechanically that works. She reached in the bag, grabbed because she doesn't have to take the bag off. It's already on Vega. So she just reached in the bag, grabbed a potion, pulled it out. Now she has it in her hand, and then her last action, I feel like that's fair. It did work out really well, but it doesn't make it wrong. Okay, so Vega gets... Oh yeah, and that means we only have one potion left also. But, so Vega is going to get... Oh yeah, 12... 17 hit points back, or 27 actually. So Vega's back to full health, but she is still prone because she fell unconscious. That was all Zargo's turn. So Vega opens her eyes, almost like an adrenaline shot coursing through her veins. She opens up. First action, she stands up, almost vaulting herself off the ground. Her feet just come straight off. Second action, she drops her weapons too. Oh man. Okay. Since thematically, I mean, she can still use her. So her first action, she does stand up. To use her spell, I don't think she would have to have her weapons in her. I know I did say this thing. So her dagger is laying on the ground, and her next two actions, she is going to, just for theatrics, she's going to stomp on the dagger, activating the button, and it is pointing towards the guy. So that is going to be an attack roll, shooting 3 more spikes out towards this orc. Is she able to? A 10 and a 5 is a 15. Man. Oh, I thought he had 16. She does it this time. Yes. Yes. Finally, something fun happened for the PCs. Alright, so needle darts, 3d4s. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, and we'll roll the white dice. 3d4 piercing. That's 4, 8, 9 points of damage. Yes. It was not a critical success, so he does not take the persistent bleed damage, but that is 9 points of damage as the darts come out. Where do they hit? Roll that dice. 6. Hits in the leg. That makes sense because the dagger's on the ground. She stomps on it. They just fire. Doom. They create a line up his leg of these like nail-sized and shaped metal barbs. He takes 9 points of damage, bringing him down to half. Boom. All right. That was all 3 of Vega's. It is the orc's turn now. I have a question for the dice. Does this orc... I think where he's standing, and kind of what I was thinking he would already kind of try to do anyway, is he's going to... Does he attempt to do what I'm thinking? If not, he's going to keep battling. Does he attempt to do it? 98. That's an extreme no, so no. Getting stabbed, this just kind of like lights a fire inside of this orc, so he is going to attack. He has a javelin in his arm, and he's mad. He saw Vega fall with a javelin throw, so he throws it again at Vega, attempting one more. Man, this dude rolls high. 16. Yeah, he hits. Yep, he hits. Of course he does. Let me guess, he's going to roll 6 on a d6 as well. A d6 plus 3. 1. Okay. Learned a trick. If I complain to the dice, they tend to falter. Okay. That's just 4 points of damage to Vega. Once again, we're running low on potions, but I think we're gonna nail it. 4. Alright, boom. Vega is hit with another javelin. These, I don't know if she's pulling these out or not, or if she just has 3 javelins sticking out of her still. Dangling around. Alright. That was his first action, though. His second action, he's going to... This is working out well for him, and we already said he's seeing red, so his second action draws another javelin. Third action throws another javelin. That's going to be a... They're not agile, so that's going to be a -1 to this roll. Alright, he misses that one. Finally, he misses one. It goes sailing. It clanks on the ground and goes between Vega's legs. That was all of his actions. Zargo is up. Zargo grits her teeth, tightens her grip on her weapon, and runs forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 footsteps behind, so that to leave a line of sight for Vega. Second action, Zargo is going to swing with her bastard sword. With an 8 plus a 9 is going to be a 17? Yes. And that is a hit. 17 with a hit. And a d8 plus 4. And where is it going to hit? Right in his left leg. She likes the legs. She just sweeps down, I'm thinking. Coming down hard on his left leg with 9 more points of damage, the exact number she needs to kill him. The blow kind of brings him down to her knees, and she just stabs him again straight in the chest, killing him. 0. Boom. Alright. This orc is also dead. 2 orcs lie dead in this lavish office. Now this was a PC negative because I'm thinking that this dwarf is not unconscious. I'm thinking this dwarf is dead. And I'm actually so sure I'm making this nearly certain. Is this dwarf already dead? Nearly certain. That's a 12. That's an extreme yes. This dwarf is dead and has been for some time. Vega rushes over to the dwarf. She checks, but she can see even before she places her hand on the neck to check for a pulse that life is long gone from this dwarf. She kind of puts her head down. She hangs her head, gives a little, very audible sigh. She casts her stabilize spell anyway, knowing it won't do any good. Light trickles from her fingers, and it begins to glow inside of the dwarf, but it fades quickly. In anger, she slams her fists down on the arms of the chair that the dwarf is sitting in. She lets out a huge grunt. Zargo stays silent during this, waiting for her to just either ask her for something or speak up on her own accord. But she doesn't. I'm going to give her a perception roll on this. I'm just going to make it a DC 10. Really simple for what I'm kind of picturing here. 12. Oh, yeah. She notices that there are markings on... Because this dwarf is wearing the robes of a priest, but they're kind of like sleeveless robes. And they've kind of been tattered a little bit also, just from the way that... I'm going to say it's a she. She has been handled. And there are small, like, dotted markings on her arms and on her neck and on her legs. And Vega already knows that these are marks for where they are going to be dissecting her. Because being worshippers of Lamashtu, they are all about monstrosities and putting pieces of things together that don't go together. Now, why this dwarf is in this lavish office and why these orcs are around her and what any of this can mean for anything, we can only guess. But that was the PC negative for Vega that we rolled. This is the office of Amari. We are going to stop it there. We're going to pick this back up next episode. I'm thinking they're going to kind of go through the office, see if they can find any evidence to kind of convict Amari of this, anything with his names, initials. They're going to go through the desk and they're going to search this room top to bottom. But right now, Vega is just in state of anger and depression right now. And we're going to stop it there. So, thank you guys for watching. That was a pretty fun episode. A lot going on storyline-wise. So I will see you here, hopefully, in the next session. Thank you all for stopping by. We will see you again soon. Goodbye, friends.